Hello and welcome to the DebtCircle Sundown Brief. I'm Leela, bringing you today's complete fixed income and debt market roundup. Let's begin with the top 5 highest yield listed corporate bond trades. Unifin's Capital India Limited recorded a yield of 17.25% with a trade value of 40 lakh rupees. Monedo Financial Services Private Limited recorded a yield of 17% with a trade value of 10 lakh rupees. IFL Finance Limited recorded a yield of 15.96% with a trade value of 3.38 lakh rupees. Akara Capital Advisors Private Limited recorded a yield of 15.90% with a trade value of 75 lakh rupees. Berar Finance Limited recorded a yield of 15% with a trade value of 0.03 lakh rupees. Moving to the top 5 highest yield unlisted corporate bond trades. Badrat Cement Limited recorded a yield of 15.0019% with a trade value of 3,500 lakh rupees. Greenco RJ02 IREP Private Limited recorded a yield of 14.20% with a trade value of 5,000 lakh rupees. Apex Homes Private Limited recorded a yield of 14% with a trade value of 3,534.27 lakh rupees. Bhumika Shopping Centre India Private Limited recorded a yield of 14% with a trade value of 640 lakh rupees. SI Creva Capital Services Private Limited recorded a yield of 12.70% with a trade value of 500 lakh rupees. Now let's look at mutual fund debt market activity. Gross purchases stood at 23,382.52 crore rupees. Gross sales stood at 20,984.78 crore rupees. Net investment stood at 2,397.74 crore rupees. Net investment for June month to date stood at negative 84,814.200 crore rupees. Turning to FPI debt market investments. Under the general limit category, gross purchases stood at 8,250.80 crore rupees, while gross sales stood at 142.17 crore rupees, resulting in a net investment of 8,108.63 crore rupees. Under the voluntary retention route or VRR, gross purchases stood at 564.68 crore rupees. Gross sales stood at 62.29 crore rupees, resulting in a net investment of 502.39 crore rupees. Under the fully accessible route or FAR, gross purchases stood at 1,037.70 crore rupees. Gross sales stood at 801.25 crore rupees, resulting in a net investment of 236.45 crore rupees. For June month to date, net investment stood at 24,517.87 crore rupees under general limit, 3,518.15 crore rupees under VRR, and 20,958.49 crore rupees under FAR. For calendar year 2026 year to date, net investment stood at 21,123 crore rupees under general limit, 566 crore rupees under VRR, and 35,571 crore rupees under FAR. Now, on to money market rates. The call rate closed at 5.38%. Tri-party repo stood at 5.30%. Basket repo stood at 5.31%. Special repo stood at 5.19%. Let's review India government bond yields. The 1-year yield stood at 5.62%. The 3-year yield stood at 6.19%. The 5-year yield stood at 6.44%. The 7-year yield stood at 6.63%. The 9-year yield stood at 6.80%. The 10-year yield stood at 6.77%. The 15-year yield stood at 7.03%. And the 30-year yield stood at 7.37%. Moving to Treasury bill yields and auction cutoffs. The 91-day Treasury bill yield stood at 5.25%. The 182-day Treasury bill yield stood at 5.45%. The 364-day Treasury bill yield stood at 5.64%. Now for liquidity indicators. Net liquidity injected stood at negative 1,41,614 crore rupees. The Standing Deposit Facility or SDF stood at 1,42,338 crore rupees. The marginal standing facility, or MSF, stood at 724 crore rupees. Turning to MIBOR OIS rates, the 1-year rate stood at 5.76%. The 2-year rate stood at 5.90%. The 3-year rate stood at 6.01%. The 5-year rate stood at 6.16%. Modified MIFOR rates were as follows: 2-year at 6.78%, 3-year at 6.80%, 4-year at 0.00%, and 5-year at 6.97%. Now for currency markets. The US dollar to Indian rupee closed at 94.41 compared with 94.42 previously. The euro to Indian rupee closed at 107.05 compared with 107.08 previously. The British pound to Indian rupee closed at 124.22 compared with 124.27 previously. The Japanese yen to Indian rupee closed at 0.58, unchanged from the previous session. The Chinese yuan to Indian rupee closed at 13.88, compared with 13.92 previously. Moving to commodities and market indices. 24-karat gold, purity 99.9%, stood at 14,133 rupees per 10 grams, compared with 14,433 rupees previously. Silver stood at 2,350 rupees per 10 grams, compared with 2,450 rupees previously. Crude oil stood at $73.57 per barrel, compared with $74.66 previously. The Sensex closed at 77,100.47, compared with 76,991.22 previously. The Nifty closed at 24,056.00, compared with 24,021.65 previously. Finally, let's review today's primary corporate bond issuances. Torrent Power Limited raised 3,800 crore rupees through multiple tranches with tenures ranging from 37 months to 121 months and coupon rates ranging from 8.10% to 8.20%. The issue was rated AA+ by CRISIL Ratings Limited and India Rating and Research Private Limited. Credit Access Grameen Limited raised 325 crore rupees with a tenure of 25 months and a coupon of 9.25%. The issue was rated AA- by ICRA Limited. Credila Financial Services Limited raised 450 crore rupees with a tenure of 24 months and a coupon of 8.95%. The issue was rated AA by CARE Ratings Limited and AA+ by CRISIL Ratings Limited. ECAP Equities Limited raised 275 crore rupees with a tenure of 35 months and a coupon of 10.30%. The issue was rated A+ by CRISIL Ratings Limited. MAS Financial Services Limited raised 140 crore rupees with a tenure of 25 months and a coupon of 8.70%. The issue was rated AA- by CARE Ratings Limited. Bajaj Finance Limited raised 2,000 crore rupees with a tenure of 61 months and a coupon of 7.92%. The issue was rated AAA by CRISIL Ratings Limited and ICRA Limited. Godrej Industries Limited raised 1,000 crore rupees through multiple tranches with tenures ranging from 64 months to 67 months and a coupon of 8.23%. The issue was rated AA+ by CRISIL Ratings Limited and ICRA Limited. Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency Limited raised 1,500 crore rupees with a tenure of 37 months and a coupon of 7.34%. The issue was rated AAA by ICRA Limited and India Rating and Research Private Limited. LIC Housing Finance Limited raised 3,500 crore rupees with a tenure of 42 months and a coupon of 7.57%. The issue was rated AAA by CARE Ratings Limited and CRISIL Ratings Limited. Crazy Bee Services Limited raised 525 crore rupees with a tenure of 19 months and a coupon of 10.33%. The issue was rated A by CARE Ratings Limited. RDC Concrete India Limited raised 15 crore rupees with a tenure of 30 months and a coupon of 11%. Oxiso Financial Services Limited raised 35 crore rupees with a tenure of 37 months and a coupon of 9.85%. The issue was rated A+ by ICRA Limited. That wraps up the DebtCircle Sundown brief for the 25th of June 2026. I'm Leela. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with more debt market insights in our next update.